Hey, it's Arctic here. Welcome back to the latest episode of Road to Inferno. For those of you that have watched the last episode, you know we have been grinding hard to make some money in order to fund the expensive gear needed to attempt the Inferno. If you have not seen that episode yet, then I suggest you take a look as we go through the gear plans for the Inferno and lay out the journey ahead of us as well as grind some money. This episode, we're going to be focusing on one of the other requirements of the Inferno that we place on the account ourselves. Today, we unlock music. In this episode, we'll head to a whole host of locations all over the map to unlock as many of the tracks as we can, and boy do we get through quite a few of them. We start off by just going through alphabetically at first, and then we spectate some Theatre of Blood runs to complete all of the unlocks over there. And finally, to wrap up this episode, I decided to tempt the gods of fate and RNG themselves by making a statement that I would almost immediately regret. So let's head on in and kick things off as we head on over to the Hydra's lair to unlock the first track on our list, Alchemical Attack. So we enter the lair and we grab ourselves Alchemical Attack. Next, we're going to head on over to grab Alternative Route by mining this statue just outside of a rock. After we do that, we climb into the tunnel and that'll unlock the track for us. Next, we're going to head on over to grab Aztec, which is over in Brynhaven at the Agility course. After that, Barking Mad, which is the Werewolf Agility course just outside of Canifis. Next, we're going to head over to the Port Phasmataz to grab Brewhoo, which is under the pub there. Then it is over to the Rat Pits to grab a Bubble and Squeak. Next, over to Castle Wars, going to grab Ready for Battle and Castle Wars itself. Next, another Rat Pits, Catch Me If You Can. Heading over to Varrock again, heading into the basement of the West Bank for Celisong. Devil May Care in the Smoke Devil's Cave. Dorgishan Deep, just going to use the fairy rings to get there. Everywhere heading out of Prifddinas on our way to collect Elven Seed. Next we pick up the Enchanter and the Golden Touch from the Mage Training Arena. And then we're going to head out to the Wilderness to grab Faithless from the Chaos Temple out there. Then grabbing Forbidden just behind the Lumberyard. Heading into the Slayer Caves to grab Full to the Brim and Cannon of Carlith. Next we head over to the Sorcerer's Garden to grab Garden of Winter, Garden of Summer, Garden of Spring, and of course the Garden of Autumn. Next up on the list we've got Gil Bill heading over to Mulch Island over in Korend. Next up is Heart and Mind. Then we're going to grab In Between. Then head over to the Abyssal Sire to grab Invader. Next on the list after we pick up this Invader from running into the room, we head over to Fossil Island where we want to grab Lagoon by diving under the water here. Next up we head over to Morton where we need to kill one of the Lore Shades, grab its remains, head on down to the pyres near the bottom, create some pyre logs using the sacred oil that we got from the minigame there. Let's create some pyre logs, put the pyre logs on the slab, place the remains on the slab, use our tinderbox, hopefully get a key, which we do this time. Grab that key, head on up to the door, unlock the door, enter the shade to unlock lair. Following this, we're going to head on over to TOB. We're going to spectate some Theatre of Blood. We're going to grab ourselves Maiden's Sorrow and Maiden's Anger as soon as they start the first boss here. Next, heading into the Pestilent Bloat, we grab Welcome to My Nightmare and The Nightmare Continues. Finishing that room, we head into the Nihiloka's room, where we grab Dance of the Nihilokas and Arachnids of Vampirium. Then we're going to grab the Dark Beast Sotetsig and Power of the Shadow Realm. Next up, we grab Predator of Zarpus and Last King of the Arasa. And then in the final challenge, we grab It's Not Over Till the Fat Lady Sings. Finally completing that, we will grab the Curtain Closers, which will grab all of those. Next, we in quick succession grab The Waiting Game, Soul Wars, Wildwood, Troubled, and A Dangerous Game, followed by Scorpio Dancers. Then we grab Troubled Waters, which is the Kraken lair. Then we head on over to Cerberus, where we grab the Sullen Horn and Moore's Jaws and Claws. Grabbing Stormbrew next, followed by the Sharp End of the Crystal over in Prifdinus, and then the final Ratcatchers minigame of a Rat-a-tat-tat. Now, as I mentioned, tempting the gods of fate and RNG. After a nice long trip at Bandos during my live stream, where I'm live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 PM GMT, hit the link in the description below, we decided to head to Chambers for a raid with a new raider on their first raid, and just to try and make a little bit of money for myself. I made the terrible decision to say this.
If we get like a really decent drop, I'll be extremely tempted to sell my bank and go for a T-Bow rebuild into the Inferno.
Ooh, delicious. Good luck.
Oh god, I had one
GG's,
HP.
good luck.
Oh my god! No way! There is no way! There's actually no way. No way! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm gonna hit that clip button.
Holy.
Oh my god, dude.
Well done.
So that about wraps it up for this video, guys. I would just like to give a big shout out to a buddy of mine, Angry Cookie. He decided to go really hard on his hardcore and gave me all of the gear from his main. And without that gear, I would not have been able to afford this T-Bow rebuild. So massive thanks to you, my dude. But yeah, T-Bow rebuild incoming. Keep your eyes peeled for the next episode where we start rebuilding with that T-Bow. I'll see you guys next time.